All right, hello, this is section 2.1, which is transformations of quadratic functions. None of this should be new. A lot of this is from chapter 1, but we'll go through it again just in case you need a little bit of extra help. Number 1 says describe the transformation of f of x equals x squared, represented by h. Okay, so this is the parent function. That's where we're coming from. So on here, this negative out here, that is a reflection over the x-axis. Remember, I need all those words. And that 3 right there, this 3, is a vertical stretch of 3. And if you don't remember that we're coming from what we call vertex form. I know we haven't talked about that a whole lot yet, but we're coming from vertex form, and that a value is a stretch or a shrink. Okay, a number out in front is a stretch or a shrink. That's why you have a 3. Okay. On this one, the 1/4, read it like a book. Read it from left to right. The 1/4 is a vertical. This time we have a shrink because the number is less than 1. A vertical shrink of 1/4. Okay. We've got a +1 on the inside, so that means that we move to the left one. That one was the one that was counterintuitive, so you had to do the opposite of what you wanted to do. And the -2 means that you went down 2. Okay. Hopefully by now those are getting a little bit easier to digest. Okay. Number 2, let the graph of g be a vertical shrink by a factor of 1/3 and a reflection in the x-axis, followed by a translation 2 units up of the graph f of x equals x squared. Write a rule for g and identify the vertex. Okay, so let's start with what we're given, x squared. And the first thing it says to do is a vertical shrink by 1/3. Okay, that's an a value. A values go out in front, so that's a shrink. Okay, now we're done with the shrink. We don't do anything else with the 1/3 from now on. Don't distribute, don't do anything, but just write it where it is, okay? We want a reflection in the x-axis. Well, a reflection means that we put a negative out in front. And now we're done reflecting. We don't have to do anything else, okay? Followed by a translation 2 units up. Okay, well, a 2 units up is like a k value, right? So 2 units up means +2. Now, a lot of you are going to be tempted to distribute the negative and distribute the 1/3, but you don't do that. You leave it just at this function right here because the +2 happened after you reflected and after you did the shrink. Okay, so make sure that you're very careful that you don't go crazy with that. All right. Last one. This is the one where it's a little bit different and it was a little bit newer. Let the graph of g be a translation 4 units left and 1 unit down, followed by a reflection in the x-axis. Okay, let's do 4 units left first. When we had 4 units left, remember that looked like x plus 4 in a parentheses, right? Well, what you have to understand is now you don't have vertex form anymore. You have a different form because there are 2 x's. So every place where there's an x, when we move to the left 4, we have to replace it with x plus 4. So it'll look like this. 2 times, we're going 4 to the left. And then with that other x, we also move 4 to the left. You move 4 to the left everywhere. Now, here's where it gets crazy. Because normally I said you could leave it like that. But now because we're in standard form, we're going to need to expand it. So I just took the squared right there and I wrote it 2 times. That's what something being squared means. And then I just removed the parentheses from that. And now I have to FOIL. Okay, so I've got 2 times x is x squared. X times 4 is a plus 4x. 4 times x is a plus 4x. And x, or 4 times 4 is a plus 16. And then out here on the end, I still have the plus x plus 4. All right, now let's distribute the 2. 2 goes in to be 2x squared plus 8x plus another 8x. 2 times 16 is a plus 32. And then plus x plus 4. All right, now let's simplify this a little more. We're almost done. Okay, let's combine like terms. There are no other x squared, so we just have 2x squared. We've got an 8x and an 8x and 1 more x. So 8 plus 8 is 16 plus 1 is 17. Okay, and then 32 plus 4 is a plus 36. And then there's nothing else that you can do with that. But look back up here. All we've done is gone 4 units left. We still have things to do. Okay, so this graph shifted 4 units left. Okay. Now we're going to go 1 unit down. Now the difference here of moving 1 unit down is when you moved 1 unit down in the beginning, you just subtracted 1 from the end. And that's all that we have to do here as well. Okay, so just subtract 1 from the end. So 36 minus 1 is a plus 35. That's all you got to do there. And then reflection in the x-axis, okay? Well, a reflection puts a negative on the outside, right? But if you remember from chapter 1, the whole thing gets reflected. Okay, so now you distribute that negative to be negative 2x squared minus 17x minus 35, and then you're done, okay? So the only thing that it really changes is when you move right and left, you have to plug them in everywhere where you see an x. If you move up or down, that stays the same. You have a stretch or a reflection, that does the same thing as it always has. The only difference is when you move right and left, you have to plug it into those x spots, and then if one of them is squared, you actually need to FOIL and simplify, okay? Hopefully that helped. If not, please come see me. I would love to help you out.